Hello! Welcome to another drawing session. Sorry. One sec. Ta-da! Been doing some work on the oops. Redraw. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Sorry. Hope everyone had a good week. I'm just gonna be sorry for starting later than usual, but I was kind of tired, so I wanted to get a little rest before. Okay. One sec. I should try this. No. Where's that other thing? Go back to the instrumentals. Darn it. Main character. I guess we could put on the other. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do some figure drawing first. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, let's go. Right. Anyway, sorry, just get my images up. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, it's been okay. I mean, it's been a week. Like, yeesh. But I got a lot of work done, so. Gosh. I start with some random poses, and then I'll work on some more random, more specific like areas I want to improve at. So, yeah. Let's get some better music on. 1 second. It's annoying it doesn't remember what I was playing last time. Hello. Okay. Just working on some anatomy studies first, and then I'm gonna. So, but yeah, it's been an alright day. Sorry, I was working on. I was cleaning up, fixing the audio, or trying to for a second. Yeah, turn it down a little. I hope you had a good week. I got a little bit of work done this week with a redraw, but I'll put it up in a little bit. Let's see. It's okay. No. Rough. I mean, the last few weeks have been a bit chaotic, but I'm managing. Like yeah, it's. I guess could be worse, but yeah, a little chaotic. One sec, let's get on a better picture. Here we go. A little better. Mostly just like been working on a few different projects, and when I'm not doing that, I've been trying to find some time to like enjoy a few games that just came out. Silk Song has been really fun, and yeah, I've been enjoying that one. It's funny because someone was complaining or not complaining, but just talking about how they hate flying bugs, and I didn't know what they were talking about. And then I get further in the game, and I was like, oh, okay. They're not bugs. I mean, they're not, because they kept saying birds, and I'm like, what do you mean birds? It's a game about bugs. But yeah, no, it's been really fun. That some of the NPCs have been really interesting. The way the work they put into it, clearly you can tell from the very beginning. So it's been, I've liked it. Like that there's this pilgrim that you run into a couple times, and she's like singing a song, and like pretty much everywhere on YouTube they have that song up. Like there's even someone even wrote out the lyrics, and I was like, oh, that's fun. So like, cool. And I don't really like, some people, I guess, were kind of frustrated with how hard the game is, but I thought that Hollow Knight was hard, so it doesn't really bother me. Like, one of the specific things that they find hard, I understand, but you're playing this little you're you're basically playing this character, this cartoon insect character, and you're going around this platformer kind of game style and finding out more about her past by talking to other bugs that haven't been corrupted, because there's bad ones that you have to fight, but you will run into ones you can just talk to, and it's fun kind of finding out more about her past, because the first game was about a different character. One second. It's probably bugging me. Alright. I don't know what's going on. Couldn't say. Oh, Silk Song. Yeah, it's a... And the other game I'm playing right now is a farming game called Tales of Seiku, Seiku, and it's you're a kind of like a fox spirit, and you come home to this like farm that your ancestors had, and you're trying to find out like what happened to the rest of your clan, like why they all disappeared, and why you and your sister are the only two foxes left. Like, so it's been fun. Like, they just added on some. It's still early access, which means it's still in early development, but it's fun. You get to go and explore these like cool dungeons, and I like the characters a lot. There's no voice acting yet, or I don't think there will be, probably, but I don't care. I don't always need voice acting. So. And same with Silksong, honestly. Silksong, they have a fake language that's just a bunch of noises, and it's just fun. Like I don't, they just make like different kind of noises when they're talking. So. Oh, this is a good one actually. I haven't. Oops, where am I? Okay. Like the usually farming games don't have great like combat, but I think they did a pretty good job with the combat in this in Tales of Seikyu. It's got like a, I mean, it could obviously use some polish, but the combos look really cool, and I've been enjoying like the graphics pretty good for an indie game. Mm. I almost played some of Silksong on stream, but then I realized so many people were playing it, there wouldn't have been a point. Like, I would have been just like no one would have seen my stream even probably with all the other people. So maybe in a week or two I will. But I figure I'm gonna just wait and let all the people that are streaming it just like play it while it's new. Wait till they're done. Oh, cool. Yeah. Good. Let's get this. Yeah, I'm just doing some anatomy studies right now. Trying to get yeah. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Just playing around, just trying to get some poses done before I work on the my redraws. Because I've been going back through some old art and trying to get just choosing ones I want to just redo and see how much I've improved. Been interesting going back through some of my art from when I drew mainly traditional. See if we can find another pose. What have you been drawing lately? Those are good too. Like, just opens up the creativity. Do some more hair studies too. I did some of this. On Wednesday, I did this a little bit where I did a few hair, like portraits too, where I was trying to just get better at drawing hair. So let's do a few of those too, because. Get some water. Okay. zoom in a little. I always forget how far away I am in the stream sometimes. There, oops. And I also got to work on a little bit of character art this week too. I might work on that a little bit tonight for my VTuber. Like an old drawing I did of the character. I have some of that. I wanted those circle tops on my mug, so I can like switch it to like the flavor or just. But one of the flavors is tea. Yeah, it's like a raspberry tea. So yeah, it's fun. It's probably one of the best flavors. Like the sweet ones are okay because they have some caffeine, but I think the tea one's the most refreshing. If you want, yeah. That could be fun. Let's get some more hairstyles. This one's okay. I could probably do better, but I'm just in these quick. These are just quick studies. These aren't like really. Here's another good hairstyle that I don't really draw much. So, one sec. Like wavy but short, wavy short hair. Do you mean like a physical dragon puppet, or were you talking about like a drawing of a? Because either would be cool, but like I am be interested to see. See either actually. Oh, I saw some previews for some really like unique anime that are coming out in October, and I'm very curious to see how if they'll be any good. Like, there's one apparently where someone turns into Santa Claus and fights. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, why not? Cool. Plus, I'm excited because a bunch of, I think, when is that coming out? Let me check again. I think the Mighty Nine are getting closer to that. Let's see. Oh, nope, never mind. That's not till the 19th. Sorry. But that'll be cool when that comes out. But yeah, no, that Santa thing was sounds really funny. Let's see. I'm gonna look up a name. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Called Sanda. Official trailer. Santa Claus Mystery. I like the art style too. It's almost kind of like I don't want to say like maybe I don't know. It's just very unique. It's got a very like in the trailer. There's a lot of monochrome scenes with like black and white with red, so they look really cool. So, despite the goofy premise, it's actually the art looks really good. So it'll be fun to see when it comes out. Plus, there's What else is coming out? I think there's a couple other anime I'm looking forward to, like One Punch Man are coming out around in the fall, so that'll be fun. Some like even like some slice of life ones that I'm looking forward to, like isekai and slice of life are coming out. I think what is it called? Like on the name right now. T- Ascendance of a Bookworm. It's like this tale of this woman who is reincarnated in a fantasy world, and she's obsessed with books, but the world that she went to, they're very rare, and only like nobles can afford them. So she like pretty much like does everything she can to try and get her hands on books, including trying to make them. Depends on what kind of. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what kind. Because you gotta ask what it's. Do you mean scars? Because I assume you meant scars. Because scars usually are from rivals or from like. Usually with dragons it would be rivals, because like nothing could really. There's only a few things that could actually hunt a dragon. Unless there is something that can hunt a dragon where it lives. So that would determine like what kind of scars you give it. So I don't know. That's that's a tough question to answer. Because like there could be giant birds where it lives. There could be like rocks, or there could be which is a Middle Eastern giant bird, or there could be like just different types of dragons that could give it like different, and it could have like heat burns. It could have ice damage. It could have like minor chemical from like other dragons that spit like almost like acid. So there's a bunch of different things. This model has pretty much the same hair as my is June, so this is a good drawing. Yeah, rock. Yeah, they're a ROC rock. Yeah, they're a giant flying bird. They're big. They're so big that they could carry off um, elephants. They were referenced in a couple of different stories, including Arabian Nights. Hang on one second. I'm gonna try something. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Well, that's one thing I need to do is take my meds. Take medicine today. I know. I'm gonna get that too. Where'd it go? There we go. Hope that helps. How long will we be doing this? Okay, 40 minutes. That's pretty long. Ready? Okay, this is gonna be bright, so be ready. I might have to subdue it with a layer. And I might come back to doing some more anatomy, but I wanna get back to I wanna get into drawing this now that I 1 second. I just want to finish this up. Because he looks kind of like June, so I kind of want to finish up our drawing. Okay. Alright. Nope, not you. Oh yeah, there's that one too. I forgot I drew him. But this is what I've been working on. I've been redrawing some old art, and here's the original, like, traditional drawing. I drew this in like probably 40 minutes at most. Not even that, probably like 35 minutes. And I was using water soluble graphite for the shape to do the for the dark areas. So it's from this show called from the 80s, or maybe it's the early 90s, called Dinosaurs. Thanks. Yeah. This guy's name is Tyrannus, and he's like, they're like this alien race that came to Earth, and they look like dinosaurs. Come on, where's your... So I'm trying to figure out why. Like, what is going on here? There must be... Oh, you know what? I don't know. Okay, there's one layer. Oh, here's why. I was like, where's all the... It's like, where'd all the layers go? And they were all, you know, a part that was... that I didn't see. So... Let's get some. Oh wait, I do have some T-Rex reference. I forgot. If I can find it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, there's the nucleus. Oh, nope, almost on it. Wait, oh, here we go. I found you. This doesn't. I mean, it's a cartoon character, so I can get away with some artistic license here, but I do want to still play around with it and make it look a little bit more like a T-Rex. Oops, cancel. So. Give it more features that a T-Rex would have, like. Oops. Fashioning its face to look a little bit more T-Rex-like. I forgot what their deal was. I think they're kind of like the like Transformers, where they're just kind of there for world domination. I don't even remember what they were looking for, like, because with the Transformers, the bad guys were looking for something, the Energon. But with these guys, I don't remember, honestly. I don't remember if they had a like thing that they were looking for necessarily, or if they just kind of saw a planet that had less technology and thought it would be a good place to take over. And the funny thing is, like, there's some human kids who, much like with Transformers, there's some human kids that help out the heroes, and they have rings that I believe turn them into dinosaurs, and the rings look exactly like the Planeteer rings. I was like, wait a minute, how'd they get away with this? I mean, I think it's the same studio, so I think they were just reusing their own art. Otherwise, I'm like, isn't that kind of stealing from yourself, though, if that was the case? It's like... But even, it still was a fun show, even though, like, it was another fun show to watch early in the morning. One thing I kind of missed by, like, now that we don't really have that as much, where you used to have to, like, get up at a certain time to watch shows, and that was fun. Because it added to, like, you could accidentally miss it even if you weren't careful, which made it more special when you actually did get to catch it. Now everything's online, so it's like, I'll just watch it when I can watch it, which is, I mean, nice, but at the same time, kind of takes away from some of the reasons it used to be exciting to talk about. I also did a redraw of Captain Planet, and maybe I did words. I did a different version of Captain Planet, and so maybe I'll do a redraw of that too, because that was fun. Where I made him look a bit more like powerful and more like more exaggerated. So I might try and do something with that one too. I even joked to him. I kind of laughed last night because I was thinking, what if I kind of mix him with like an anime or something like Jujutsu Kaisen, like make Captain Planet look like Gojo or something. Because technically, that's kind of what he was in the show. He was kind of like this like all powerful being that like once he appeared, everything went. He fixed everything. Although unlike Gojo, he likes humans, despite the mistakes they make. It was always fun, and I mean it's a kid show, so of course this was the case. But like the villains always had these really cartoonish reasons for that led to them polluting. Like they didn't even care. They always pretended that money was a part of it, but it always felt like they really were just polluting for the sake of polluting and not really like thinking about the money. It's like, guys, you could actually like have profitable businesses if you just didn't pollute as much in this world. Plus, I got some. They had a bunch of big actors in that show. I mean, even some of the ones that weren't quite as big still included people like LeVar Burton, who from Star Trek, Geordie LaForge. So that's pretty impressive when even you're like. And the cool thing is he guessed. Oh well, it was nice having you on with me. I hope you have fun with your project. I'm trying to show that T-Rexes actually have lips, because ironically, this show kind of did that. I think that like I don't think they did it on purpose, but like they when they drew this character, they kind of gave him lips in the show. So they trying to show off some of his gums. Oh, cool! Thanks. Oops. Yeah, there were a couple of really cool like ideas for shows in the 80s because they were playing around with all these different ideas for toys and how to market them. So like a lot of these were just like ways around trying to like sell toys, but they were still really fun for a kid anyway. So I'm not sure how I'd feel. Some of these, I admit, like if I watch now, I kind of like roll my. I probably would be like, this story's kind of goofy, but at the time, I liked them. So, oh, I guess everyone. Excuse me, sorry. I also like in the original art for this character, he's much thinner, but I kind of want to put it in the T-Rex. I want to put into this character's design the fact that T-Rex is a really bulky, like, creature with a lot of mass. Oops. I hope this isn't too scary for some of my viewers. I don't believe so, but apologies if anyone's scared. Not all my stuff is this. Well, I mean, I guess some of it is, but we're getting close to Halloween season, so I thought I would do a more energetic and like darker kind of stuff. I even played around in this drawing with the thought of like kind of going like a Mass Effect kind of route with this and giving it more of a like, because they're supposed to be space creatures too, so I almost gave it like more glowy bits on it, but I'm like, for the bad guys, they won't have the glowy. It's gonna be, the good guys will, but the bad guys don't. Yeah, the bad guys will look theatrically evil. The good guys will look like dinosaurs still and be like impressive, but they won't. But they'll probably have more of the like. I don't know. Less less arm, like old school armor and more like space armor. Yeah. I'm trying to show with it's. Excuse me. It's difficult to show with a snout this big, but like how he's got that like I forget the name of the perspective, but where you can barely see the other eye. He kind of has that going on. Nope, that's too bright. And the old design of this character didn't have feathers, but I thought it'd be kind of cool they added feathers too. So. I made these like originally I was gonna make the armor white to make it even like and then make it like to show how grisly he is that he wears white because he knows that he's gonna be feeding. But I'm like, hey, it's still a kid show. I don't want to make it that dark. So I was like, let's just stick to it being. Even though his armor isn't black in the show, it's here. I'll show you. I have a picture of him. This is what the character actually looked like. So, not quite as scary. But it's fun making him a little scarier. Kind of like how when they remade like Thundercats, they made the villain really a lot darker. Like Mumra became like Vecna in the newer Thundercats, which is a shame that show kind of like fizzled out. I think it just was on at a bad time, and it just had no budget, so. Didn't quite work out for them. I don't know, chat. Is there any shows that you would like to see brought back? Because I'm trying to think of anything. I mean, G.I. Joe's been brought back so many times. And that wasn't even really... That was more my brother's show than mine. I still need to watch that new Rise of Ninja Turtles. Because I hear it's really good. skin doesn't really do that. It's more of a like bumpy like. So it's kind of like. I mean, like, all these dinosaur shows now would have been a heaven for me when I was a kid. Like, that Jurassic Park show on Netflix, I would have been terrified at first, but I would have been really excited afterwards. Surprising that with the return of that Beetlejuice movie that they didn't make another Beetlejuice cartoon. But who knows? Maybe there is secretly one in the works. That might be kind of cool. Beetlejuice. Hey, it does that, doesn't it? I'm working on a redraw. This yeah, redrawing this guy, who's actually a revamp of this character. And now I'm making him even more extreme with like a more exciting setting and like just like making it more intimidating. After this one, I might even do my I have another drawing I want to work on tonight. From Gargoyles, the Disney TV show. Of one of the gargoyles, so I might do that after this. I get a little bit further with this one. But do you have any TV shows you would like to see like brought back from like old shows you liked when you were younger? I think Reboot would be kind of cool to see brought back. They kind of like they made a really strange live action one that I didn't like, but like I still don't understand what Netflix was thinking when they made that live action reboot. Like, it was, I don't know if it was bad because I never watched it, but it just looked like it didn't look like Reboot. It just looked like a show that took the name Reboot and then kind of was like, hey, what if we just try and play on nostalgia and like call it this so that people will come and watch the first episode. But because like reboot with like the artwork that's been done with like the Arcane series, that would look so awesome. I would love that. And that was originally just a small show made by a small studio in Canada, I believe. Yeah. So. I think that's why it hasn't been remade. I think they're gone. Like, I think their parent company kind of made that weird live action one, but the original group is disbanded. I am kind of curious to see more of this Batman Cape Crusader. Like, I don't know if I like mean Batman, but at least it's something different, I guess. Like, and with Kevin Conroy no longer doing the voice anyway, I suppose I don't care as much. Like, Kevin Conroy was like, just, he did such a great job with that character, but some of these new people have been doing really good too, though, so. And like then seeing a younger, more like careless Batman is kind of cool. Like he's making these really like big mistakes, and even Alfred's pointing things out to him, like, why did you do that? That was really not too. That was pretty dumb. Like you kind of just made your own villain right there. And then he's his like relationship with Alfred isn't great, so it's interesting seeing that. Where he's just like he's still treating Alfred like he's just like the help, and he's being really mean to him. So it's interesting seeing their relationship from the beginning instead of just like in the old cartoon where they were basically friends. I can't read that. One sec. Huh. I don't think I've heard of that. But yeah, but it's books to begin with are tricky, and a lot of writers for TV shows and movies think they know better than the author, which doesn't help. Like I've like sometimes they add some more flair to it, like with The Shining. That's like, or the 13th Warrior was really good too, but majority of the time, not so much. Yeah, majority of the time it's more Like, what were you thinking? Oh no. That sounds like when they made Constantine the movie and they made Shia LaBeouf Constantine's friend. I'm blanking on his name right now. Cass. They like and was it Cass? I forget. Anyway, he's supposed to be, well, I believe black and also like the same age as Constantine. So it's like guys, you messed up in a couple areas. Because at least with the TV show, they made him older, and then I actually liked what they did with that TV show, where they gave a reason why he could survive while everyone else in Constantine's life was always in danger. Because yeah, being Constantine's friend is dangerous. Who knew? Yeah, I hate when that happens though, where they cheapen it. I think it looks better with the white. Not really. Maybe on its own layer. Maybe on its own layer it's okay. Trying to also follow the shape of the T-Rex teeth, but they're like these conical shapes for crushing. But yeah, that stinks though. Oops. I can always lighten them a little bit. I guess it kind of helps a little. Maybe. Nah. I mean, that's kind of cool there, but. Yeah, it's always a shame when they miss the point of the show, or the book. That's why I used to be excited when books came out. I mean, when I heard that books I've read are being adapted, but now I'm always a little worried. Like, especially after what happened with the Witcher, where they kind of missed the whole point of and forgot the show was called The Witcher, and made it about Yennefer, and I'm like, it's not called The Witch. It's like, guys, you forgot it's about the guy. Why are you talking about the one of the other characters when she's not the main character? Because at least like with Game of Thrones, I only read the first book, but he was involved in it, the show at least, so you could understand like where everything was coming from and like why there were changes happening. But when it's a totally different feeling and you're just like, where did this come from? Why is this character doing this? It's totally against their... I do want to watch... Part of me kind of wants to try and check out that Percy Jackson show sometime. Because I'm curious to see how it is. I heard it's better than the movie. The TV show, the actual series is better than the old movie series, older movie series, I should say now. Yeah, because I was pretty happy with well, as happy as you can be with a series like when I saw his Dark Materials, they really fixed a lot of the problems that the live action movie had with Daniel Craig. See, I don't even I forget the name of the girl in that one. She did. I mean, she did a good job. It was just kind of the story itself just missed the point in many areas. It thought it was Harry Potter, and I'm like, guys, this is a lot darker than that. I'm like, and I say it thinks it's Harry Potter because at the very end of the movie, there was a part where like they practically played that music as they were flying off, and I'm like, guys, read the book and you'll realize what they're about to fly off to, and it's bad. They're about to find out like some really dark parts of the story. So why are you playing this music? I think you didn't read the book, guys. Yeah, well, I hear that like they got the main character is closer to the age of the character at least. Because that was one of the biggest gripes I saw people say when they watched the original movie, is that they aged up the character for no real reason. And I can see why that would be annoying. Hello! Oh. Glad you could jump back in. How'd your How's the puppet model coming along? We were just talking about like adaptions and like how books sometimes don't make great for TV shows or movies. Like there's just certain ones where I could just never see them being turned into a book. I mean, into a TV show. There's and sometimes I've been surprised to see that like certain studios have tried, like with some of Neil of Terry Pratchett's stuff. I was surprised to see that anyone tried to make those into actual like movies because it's that's a that seemed like you wouldn't have the budget for it. Like Color of Magic is really like is a bit chaotic and all over the place because it's like introducing a lot of stuff in the world. Oh, okay. But like, yeah, they. I think the 13th Warrior was one that really surprised me because I never read the book, but I heard the book was very different, and but I really liked what they did with the movie. Like Antonio Banderas was you could tell that they were like he was having. It seemed like he was having fun with the role, and like it was a interesting battle, like story about a foreigner in a different land trying to like face off against an ancient enemy. Don't we all? Ew, numbers! Ah, get them off me! Get them off! Ah! Isn't that usually how math goes, though? That's how it went for me, anyway. Be right back. I need to get more water. And maybe some tea, more tea. I haven't. Oh no, I'm out of tea. I guess I gotta go. I'll get kiwi strawberry then. Oh well. It's not what I want, but at least it's tasty. One adaptation I heard was, another adaptation that is an example of a slight improvement was The Princess Bride. Because, the book's good. It's really good. But the movie was just so much fun. Because they got some really great actors. Oh yeah? Cool. That's always nice when you. I love when that moment when you find something that like just. Oh sure, yeah. Definitely. I have this one book that's like all about like different people throughout history and like key warriors is a weird word to use when you're talking about reality, but just people who were like above average human beings who were like just like generals and well, sometimes warriors and sometimes conquerors, but or sometimes even just like soldiers that were just extraordinary. But yeah, history can be really interesting. I have an idea. I'm having thoughts here. That's not really working the way I wanted it to. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. Let's see. I wanted to give the this meteor like I wanted to be like burning the sky and causing these huge storm clouds to appear as well. Yeah. what I did was I wrote things down on index cards, and I would put the date on one side, and then I would put I would have it like some information on one side and some on the other, and I would flip it back and forth and try and remember, you know, and I would just force myself to memorize that way. But everyone learns differently too, so it's always hard to recommend. The other thing I did was, if you're another thing you can do that I couldn't do because I have like I can't sing, is if you make it something into a song, it's easier to remember. So like, if you make a little like song for like if you're really having trouble with like a bit of history, you could do that. So, because for me that didn't work. So what I ended up doing was I would just look over things again and again and again until I had them like hardwired into my mind, like memorization wise. I didn't Even if I didn't understand them, they were just like an image in my head of that fact. But that used to work more for science than for history. Oh, see, that's where I would say just memorize it as best you can. Because I mean, if they're bad, you just gotta work around them. I've had certain teachers that took the fun out of certain subjects, but you just have to work. You have to find your own way to make it like it interesting enough to do good because you're still gotta pass the class. So. I know it's hard, but it's better than summer school. Or, yeah, it's definitely better than summer school. Let's see. I'm gonna make his feet a little darker. You don't want to do that. Trust me, as someone who took a lot of class. Well, if this is college, like I would always overload my schedule in college with classes because I thought I could get like through all the electives fast, but I always just took too many classes and I had to drop. And like every other semester, it felt like I had to drop one, and it only hurts you in the end because you have to end up doing more in your later on. So. But that was just my experience. So. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then nope. Don't. Just no. Just gotta rough it. Them's the breaks. Because when it can. Science, I'm trying to think. I actually got lucky with science. I don't think they were bad. They were good teachers. I was just not the best at absorbing all that. So I'm sorry to hear that you're having trouble with those. Because it's. I think middle school is where I had less quality in my. I remember in like science teachers, but that's middle school, you know. I looking back, I'll give them a break. Sorry. Yeah, when it comes to some of that, it's just there's just parts you have to just rough through, unfortunately. Oh, that could be. I've heard both with that. Because I've had cousins who did good at homeschooling, but I've also listened to other people talk about homeschooling where their parents weren't as active, and it wasn't fun. So I hope it's more positive for you. I'm sorry. That's a shame. I'm having trouble with this arm. Yeah, that's a shame to hear about that. It's not that they weren't that much help, because that definitely makes it harder when you don't have someone else there to help you out. Especially with like history and stuff, it's like it definitely helps having somebody, or science, definite, and math. Like math, I definitely needed people explanations sometimes. Yeah. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Pooh, flowers coming off of the meteor. It was a happy meteor. Happy flower. Everything was good until the flower dinosaurs attacked. I might actually. No, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say I might make the flames behind him behind in blue, but that wouldn't make sense. So, never mind. That dumb. No. No. Oh, I didn't even notice that texture was still there. I forgot to delete that. Pretty happy with how this guy's coming along. I might move to the next one. Let's see. I just want to clean up some last little parts here. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Glad you could. Yeah. Best of luck with the studies. Yeah. Oops. What's that? Oh, that's just a regular one. I'm like, what is this brush? Yeah, have a good night. Or day, whatever. You know? Add some more more shapes to this armor. Oh, is that today? Nice. I know my niece is really looking forward to that. I never really see. It's a good show. I just was busy. I kind of got into other shows when it was popular, so I never really followed it. I might go back and watch all of it eventually, but I've seen Mugen Train, and that was good. I like the fire guy. It's funny because I can't even fault it for its characters. I mean, like watching the movie Mugen Train, I kind of reminded myself that like there's certain traits that I don't that are a little annoying with some of the characters. But I could say the same thing about One Piece, so it's hard to be that harsh on them because there's like sometimes like Usopp is just so annoying that I'm just like I'm gonna fast forward through this part. And other times he's really funny, so it's hard to choose. It's like there's times where I'm like, why is he talking like this? And then there's other times where it gets really dark, and I'm like, oh right, that's why he was talking like this. It's because normally things are horrible. Yeah, it's just nice to see them put those in theaters because like it's just nice having that as an option, even if it's not easy to do all the time. Maybe I'll make these purple actually instead of not well, not that purple. More like a magenta. Nah, never mind. That's not gonna work. But yeah, which one's Ringu? Is he the guy with the pig head? Ringoku. Yeah, is he the one with the mask on, or is he the? Because it's between him and that kid with the blonde hair. Like their conversations sometimes make me oh, just kind of sigh. But I get it. Okay, yeah. Because like I just said, Usopp does the same thing, and so does Chopper. Chopper is a goofball. In Naruto, Naruto can be a goofball. So you gotta have your characters who are like making you kind of groan. Because okay, because if you don't have those characters around, everything turns into like Attack on Titan, and that's what made me not watch that show. Is that there was no one around to like defer to when things got too dark. The best I could do with Attack on Titan is Levi like doing housekeeping, and that only happened a few times I think if I remember. So it wasn't even that dependable as a joke. Yeah, well, like eventually I learned to like Bakugo, even though he's the loudest character, one of the loudest characters I've seen in anime, with the exception of the main character from what's that called, Black Exorcist, or not Black Exorcist, Black. sorcerer? I forget the name of that show. Someone was trying to talk to me about how they liked that show, but I couldn't. And I told them that I understood why they liked it, but I couldn't get into it. And I'm blanking on the name of that show right now. But it's the one where like the main character has anti-magic, and it's a shonen. And I just could not get into that. Character was just too much. Like he kept hitting on a nun, and I'm like, that's so weird. I'm like, I can't. Like, I'll tolerate a lot, but that's too much. I like goofball characters. I mean, Trigun has one of my favorite characters. I mean, yeah, Vasha does Stampede. He's one of my favorite characters, and he's a goofball. And even though she's scary, Levy from Black Lagoon, or Revy, I mean, is she's scary. She's both scary and funny at the same time. Huh. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I only saw a few episodes from season 1, and then I saw Mugen Train, so... I'm... And in Kenshin, there was a lot of characters that I was just like, that were worse. So I can't judge that show too harshly when, like, there were entire characters in Kenshin where I'm like, this person can go, this person can go. I don't care about this person either. They can go. It's like... Because, like... Yeah, the remake of that was... I never really watched the rest of that show, because, like, they made a remake of it, but they just made it at a really bad time. And, when a lot of other newer shows were out. No, I have not, but I know it's funny. I have not seen it, but I know it's a... I've heard nothing but... I've heard it's fun. It's just one of those shows that just never... I never can get around to. I have seen Nichijou, though, and that is probably my favorite comedy anime. It is just utter randomness. It's like Monty Python's Flying Circus, the anime. Where it's like, what is going on? And they're like, we're not going to tell you. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Or El Hazard, that was also a really weird one. where it's like that's another. I only saw a few episodes of that because back in college we had an anime club and I watched some of that, and that was just like the most strange show. It almost was as weird as that Cartoon Network show, Bo 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 Bo. Nice. Oh, bummer. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, being in an anime club was kind of fun for a little while. Now I just go on Discords. And there's some VTubers I watch that like talk about that stuff. So that's annoying. Okay, we'll work on another one. I'm kind of just doodling right now in the details. But one thing I do want to work on is the fire, I think, before I stop. Yeah, let's get this fire cleaned up. Yeah, I ended up watching a couple shows I would never have probably watched on my own. Like oh, what's that called? The one with the zodiac signs. I'm blanking on it right now. Where the girls, it's like a reverse harem kind of show with where the girl's been camping on. How am I forgetting the name of it right now? But anyway, she's like, yeah, she's just. There's all these different like zodiac sign people that are like. There's like a one that's like a dog, and another one that's a dragon, and does he? Oh, this guy, no, he's a T-Rex. Yeah, this is based on a cartoon. He's a T-Rex, so he doesn't have any wings. And this is from the old school cartoon days when like bad guys were red and good guys were blue. Or at least in this show, that's how it works out. So I thought it would be cool to make him surrounded by fire, because he's the main villain. Like I was saying earlier, he's kind of like a Megatron kind of character. Like I forgot what his main goal was though. Like I think he just wanted to take over Earth. It was just to sell a line of toys, honestly. It was I liked it, but it was just to sell a line of toys. I mean, as if Transformers wasn't for the same thing, but let's put this behind this. So, oops, no. Sorry. It didn't like go. They recently had some new games announced that they're trying to make. So Lego was never one that I went after, but that's only because like I think it was just not marketed quite well back then. Like it is after later on they got better with like the Ninjago and all that stuff and the later things, but early on it was more just about like my friend had all the early building sets. And you just had to have a lot of money. And I'm like, nope, not for me. It's like, can't use my allowance on that. What? Why is there? It is, yeah. Although part of me is tempted to get into, I might try and do a painting figures from D&D. Yeah. Same with like my brother does that with Warhammer figures. Where he paints them and sometimes he's resold them. this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna make sure to. Maybe saving might be a good idea, Sean. I don't know. Maybe. But he's come along pretty nice. I might change the eye color because it's too much like everything else, and I kind of want it to be a standout. What color were his eyes? Did he have eye color? I can't remember. Nope. A green. He actually does have green eyes. Okay. That actually kind of works. I can work with that. Okay. Let's make him a little bit darker though. Yeah. I like it. I don't want to change them to be more round because he is not a lizard, he's a bird, so yeah. Like should have any like it wouldn't make sense for the eyes to be that color. T-Rex had really good vision, so they would have more guys like telescopes like this. So yeah, I like that. That's much better. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I thought I'd give him a green eye, give him the right color eyes, because like the character has green eyes, so I'm like, that definitely gives it more impact. I still need to figure out something for like the body to give it a little more shape, but I think it's just more about like just playing with the. I'll play around with this some more. There's gonna be a. I think there's one more thing I just want to do before I move to something else, and that's. Oops. I want to. Oops. Yeah. No. Why? Am I? Is there an echo? Because it should just be on. Yeah, it's just on YouTube. Cause I thought about trying dual, doing multiple, but then that didn't work out. It just I haven't figured it out yet how to make it. Well, it's not that I haven't figured it out yet. It's that I kind of figured that like until YouTube figures out what it wants, I don't want to like risk getting hit by like penalties from them while streaming on different things. Like once all that calms down, I'll try to do multi-stream again. Oh, am I? Not at once. I do stream on Saturdays on Twitch. But yeah, no, I just want to do them one at a time. Okay, this is good. Let's work on another one. This really just needs to be cleaned up a little bit more, but I'm really happy with the results so far. Like, this definitely is a cool like revamp of this character where he's just like much darker. And let's see if I can find oh wait, I know what to do. I got my let's look at my Instagram and try and find some old art. Back in time. Diddle-doo, diddle-doo. Yeah, there's this other VTuber that gave me the thought to do this, which is to like try and oh, that's another thing I could work on. I forgot about that. Like redrawing old art. Whoops, that's not, well, come on. So I thought I would problem is a lot of these are just a lot of my redraws are, a lot of my Instagram is time lapse. So let's see if I can get this. I have to stop it at the right moment to because this one's pretty cool. I might redraw this one. Maybe. It's a thought. Yeah. Copy this one. It just depends. I don't really even know how, like, yeah, I've had that too. And I honestly, now that I'm thinking about like not posting on other social media like Twitter anymore or Blue Sky, or at least not Blue Sky. I think I might switch to just going back to Instagram mainly, because it just, I mean, I know it's more for influencers, but I think I can probably just it'll just be less chance of running into drama. Let's see. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna do those knights, but I don't know. Like some drawings look cool, and then you think about redrawing them, and you're like, nah, they're good the way they are. I'm like looking at some of these, and I'm like, no, I don't want to redraw this. Not that it's perfect; it's hardly perfect. But it's just thinking of redrawing, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make it myself hate the ideal if I redraw it. Let's see. I think I can find one though. Like, I guess worst case, I could always just redraw that one I was doing. Well, this one's kind of cool. Maybe I'll. Yeah, that one's good enough that I don't think I need to redraw it though. Where's the one that could be redrawn? I'm not drawing horses. Maybe that's too new. Yeah, I'll do one of these characters. I know who to do. I think I know which ones to do. There's a couple things I can work on. But I think I know what to do, which one to do. Because like this is the character. Oops, it didn't. Sorry, 1 second. I can image. Bum 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 bum. I think I was gonna try and redraw these gargoyle characters. Yeah, totally. Let's see, there's a couple in here that I was thinking of redrawing. I think this character, yeah, I kind of want to redraw her. She's a cool idea, but it just didn't work out. So I'm going to try a different pose. Because I think it's just the pose isn't great. Or maybe it just needs, it just feels off. And I think I can fix it if I just figure out a better way to draw her. So now I just gotta find out a good pose for her. Okay, or maybe this one. Try. I already did this pose though. I'm trying to think of a good pose for her. Yeah, even in her case, maybe it's not even that like I'm fixing it. I kind of just want to try and draw her again. Is more that what I want to do with her drawing. Like I think her drawing could work fine if I just just add border. I have some ideas now that I can draw better than I did back. Here's a good pose for her, maybe, or like a. Let's try something like this, more like a straight on kind of, because this angle is cool, but maybe. Oops, wrong color. Maybe more of like a giving her like a either like a long sleeves or a cape that the creatures are coming out of would be better. I think I started to try and do that, but it just wasn't very clear. So I think just more of that. Yeah, I do like the purple for her. And like your bigger eared like elf characters are always fun. I give her like a longer hair in the back, kind of like make her like an Elric kind of design. More like I'm gonna do like a battle cry kind of. That's what I'm gonna change her to. She's gonna be much more like dramatic and emotive, because I think that's what some of the. I think that would be actually a fun thing to do with some of these drawings is just add more action to them, because they're not bad drawings. They're just a lot of them were just early drafts of ideas, and the problem when you're doing that is you're kind of more focused on like making everything look right instead of worrying about like telling a story. So I think like this time through it's good to like go back and like try and give some of these a little more emotion. I mean, she's smiling and that's fine, but I think like either that or just I want to. I do too many evil smiles, so she's gonna be doing a battle cry. Yeah, I like that better. One sec, I'll be right back. I need to get more water. Yeah, I like the colors in this one a lot. I think it could be kind of cool if I figure out how to... Part of me wonders if she was kind of a, hey! Yeah. Sheep? Part of me thought that was like a reference to you trying to sleep and you weren't counting your sheep or something, but you're supposed to count them, not eat them. Dun, 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 dun. Just a rough concept so far, but thought I would. Oops. Yes. Because for some reason that sentence alone made me think of like Ed Nettie with the that one guy where he's like, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, sheep, yep, got it. That's too big. Because it always looks cool, and then but then I just thought about it, and I'm like, in a close combat fight, that would be a terrible weapon. So I think more like this would be better. Yeah. Because if you have sheep, that's cool. I was just talking earlier about how we have this animal rescue place that, like, some people I know have like volunteered at, and there's sheep there, along with like I think a couple other animals. Mainly it's dogs and cats, but there's also like some like horses and some other things. So. Oh, okay. Well, that's see that clarifies things. They do seem like they'd be sweet animals. Like I know that the ones at the place I was talking about were like, well, those were there sheep there? There might have been sheep there at one time, I think. Can't remember, but guys, why are we doing this? No. All four. Yeah, it's like this like place where you can like volunteer to like you can either I mean some people can work there like I've heard some people work there, but like you can like help them adopt animals, and like they take care of animals that people like I guess like hand off to them sometimes, I believe. Like if they can't afford to anymore, they bring them there. Is I think how it worked. I forget what they did, but so I always tell people always look at places like that before you look at stores for pets, because like, but don't also treat people like garbage if they don't, because I've seen the other side of that where people get really angry, and it's like, yeah, there's, oh really, huh? I guess it just depends, but like, but because some areas have more than others. I'm just lucky that we're just. It's not very close, honestly. Like my brother, when he did it, was like he had to drive a good distance to go to the place. So it's not like in our town or anything like that. It's like several towns over. But he did it like only on weekends. Ah, okay. See, I'd like to sound tough and say I don't, but I haven't seen your spiders up close. I don't mind my spiders. Yours, like, I can't promise I won't freak out if I saw one of those. Because they're, in some cases, much more of a big deal. Because mine are like house spiders that are like no venom at all for, or like, I don't want to dox myself by giving away a species, but like there's there are venomous ones here, but there's far more that are just plain ordinary, like only dangerous to smaller bugs, kind of spiders. But then again, I'm like, well, no. I was gonna say that's probably the case everywhere, but I've seen how many in Australia fall into the like don't get bit by this category. I'd say the biggest thing to worry about there is the same thing I'd worry about in some places here, which is like staying away from forests because of certain predators in the forest, or staying away from oceans because things in the ocean are scary. Although you guys have like some of the things that scare me the most in the ocean, so, but also some really beautiful animals too. Ticks are the worst, yeah. Ugh. Ticks are just. We have ticks too. They're awful. And like I've had to. We've had to pull. They've attacked a few of the dog of our like pets. And it's always sad seeing them suffer when they get some. Because even one can really like ruin their day. But in my house, like the spiders we have here, I'm not scared of them. Like I let my ruling is like as long as you don't like descend down on me while I'm taking a shower or like anything like that, I just stay on your side of the room and we're cool. Just if you break that rule, I can't promise you I won't like involuntarily like attack. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. But for just right, yeah, that's pretty much my like stay away from me area. It's like I'm in deep thought. I don't need you like becoming a silhouette near me. Bogans? Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm like, wait, Bogans? What? Oh, okay. Yes, I. I just. Gosh, I'm a nerd. I just looked it up. Oh no! Let's see. Was it? 1 second. Was it that big? That's his thing. He summons giant centipedes and stuff. I think well, I don't know what I would do if I saw something like that. I'd like to say I'd have a dignified moment of like, and just be like, oh, okay, but I think my soul, I would see my like soul leave my body, and then I would just like, it would just be like those old cartoons where I would just turn into a cloud, and I'd be outside the house already. Like Bugs Bunny, like. I forgot she only has one arm. Whoops. Forgot about that part. See, that's why it's good to redraw things. Yeah. I think I would just be like, animal control, help. Help, 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 help. I'll give her a... Maybe she has like an ethereal arm or something, or yeah, maybe like she says just got these. I don't want these things that grisly, but I'm trying to think what she could do. Maybe she's got a pauldron over an arm that's like a partial arm. And then like the she can like channel things through that. Or maybe it's just like she just doesn't have an arm. Well, that's fine. Well, she doesn't have a this is a redraw, so I have to follow the rules of the original drawing, and in the original drawing, see, she only has one arm, so so I have to follow. I have to at least kind of copy the. I did change it, though, didn't I? It's fine. I'm making her left-handed. She's gonna be left-handed this time. And I think that was the other problem, is that you can't even, like, you couldn't even really see that. clearly because I forgot it was there. So if I forget, no one else is gonna remember. So. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Draw over all of it. Need to clean it all up now. I might change her to a goblin actually. That might be more fun. Or or like a hobgoblin. Might be because I think I've done a lot of elves, and I kind of want to draw someone in the goblin family. So making like a powerful conjurer that maybe like, yeah, that might be kind of fun. Plus, drawing unseelie, like fairy folk can be a lot of fun. So. You get to exaggerate features. It needs to be higher up is the problem there. Yeah. I'll work on her teeth, but the point is she's gonna have like these like sharp teeth. I still don't. I need a reference for her face. I'm gonna look through my expressions to see if I can find a good one. These are not helping me right now, and I might switch her back to what I think I originally had. Well, no, I know. That's too typical. That's too cliche. Because I think originally she did have an arm, but it was a prosthetic. I didn't like it. This kind of helps a little. The eyes are off too. I just realized how bad the eye was. So, oops, I saw that and I didn't mean to do it like that. Maybe not even like. Let's see. Sorry. Sort of focusing. Yeah. She's doing the cloud strife thing, I'm gonna say, where she's got it's covered completely. Maybe there's like maybe it goes up to like. Maybe not. Maybe I'm having second thoughts as I'm drawing, where I'm like, maybe not. Maybe. Maybe she has like a spectral arm. Or what she? Yeah, what if she has like the that guy from the Aladdin TV show where she's got like a skeletal arm? Like it's like but her version is like a ghost. It'll be like spectral. I'll figure out something. When did she's gonna have like the cape open, and they're gonna be coming out of the cape. So, sorry. Nice. This is the tricky part of redrawing something, is you don't want to lose too much of what you did originally, but I don't want to. But there are issues. Like, I'm trying to think of like something new to do for her character. Like, maybe I will make it a totally prosthetic arm. Which mix am I on right now? I guess I'm on that. Weird. Okay. Just gonna clean this up, and I'll probably. Yeah, getting kind of late. I can draw for a little bit longer though. This almost sounds like that song from Secret of Ariadne. I think I said that once before, but every time I hear this song, it makes me think of Secret of Ariadne. You just realized I had like a moment of like absolute fear, because for some reason I thought that my screen was capturing my reference, and I'm using a nude study right now, so I'm like, oh my gosh, YouTube's gonna cancel me. Like, YouTube doesn't like the Nikki. Ah! It's weird because it's just a figure drawing, figure pose for a figure drawing. It's like, who cares? But They would be mad. Some of these shadow beasts coming out of this cape. No, not right now. Yeah, so let's have these different specters floating around her. They're really just floating skulls before, so I think I'll stick with that. I like that. Like they were just different like creatures. Ah, okay. Sorry, I'm like just concentrating. Thanks for sticking around. Probably, I'll give it like another 10 minutes. I'm gonna say I'm like burning out pretty quick, but I'll. Might change her fashion too. She's not really wearing anything interesting. So I might change it so that she's wearing something a little bit more cool. But I think what kind of skull this would be. Maybe some kind of bird. Go shark, go shark, go shark. Do, 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 do. Or ghost fish. Yeah, just ghost fish. Scary enough. You don't need to be a shark. I think that's one thing people always forget is that there's more things in the ocean that are scarier than just sharks. Maybe I'll change the teeth then, because ooh, I know. I'll make it a dunkeliosis. Those are very scary. They have like a beak. The armored fish. With a bite so fast that you would like if you see it, it's too late. Nah, I like the sharp teeth. So I'll just make it like some kind of creepy, like anglerfish kind of thing, or like a gulper fish. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. One of those creepy guys that have like the really big. tiny little teeth, but a really big gulp. Just, and then just make the whole thing just all shadow. Kind of makes me think of the creature, the in Shades of Magic. There's the magician. There's an evil magician that controls a snake at one point that's made of pure shadow. Yeah, sometimes this is kind of cool where she's like centered around these three. Oops, why did I go that? Nice. I think that's treated even better. Even more unnatural and she's like a cursed drow. Yeah, that's I kind of like that idea. She's like, it's like. I'm just playing around with color. I know. I think I like that too. Oops. Ah! The problem is I don't think I changed it enough. I'm going to play around with this some more. I think I kind of didn't explore it. I don't know. Maybe I think I know how to... Maybe what I'll do is I'll change it so that she's sitting. Because I think the problem is... It looks too much like the other one. So what I'll do is... I'll put these all in one folder. And then try one more really quick before I call it. Oops, no, not that. Oh, okay, cool. If I'm going with the same hand, then maybe I'll do... Just a more interesting, more exaggerated pose. She's kind of lurking more. No, this one doesn't like it. I'm losing my mind. maybe just side view. Maybe that's what's different. Is it just kind of change her to it. Or she's kind of like. Do forever. Maybe I kind of want to make her even more ethereal. Is what I'm going for. Like I might even give her a dress. Is what I'm going for. I think I might go for. I'm gonna look up some more references and I'll work on this again tomorrow. I think I'm burning out. So, but thanks for sticking by. And I'll show it again on next Wednesday too. So, in case you can't make it to tomorrow nights, because yeah. So this is a fun one to redraw. It's just coming up with a new ideas on the spot is tricky. So but yeah. But at least I got that other drawing done. Like, because to be fair, like that's why I did a lot of the other drawing off air. Is it was a lot of this. It was a lot of me banging my head on the wall several times, and oops, nope. Where's the? Because I started to draw another one, this character from the same show. Yeah, he's my friend. This guy. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll work on it some more tomorrow. But I'll try and get some done during the day, so it's not just like I'm gonna grab some good reference and like figure out exactly what pose I want. But I'm really happy with this one. It's so close. It's just there's just like a few small details I want to add on top of this to give it a little more depth, but I'm really happy with how this is coming along. So yeah, thanks for sticking by, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, and for those of you, well, I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.